Good morning, everyone. I decided to do a fun little review of all of the Christmas tree, pine, and spruce scented wax melts that I have. Obviously, there's a lot more brands than this and a lot more scents out there than this. These are just the ones that I have, that I like, that I've kept. I'm not really going to mention throw. Obviously, if I have these and I kept them, the throw is either really good on these or excellent, or they might be, scent monsters to take over the entire house, but these are all really nice scents. So, in keeping with the holiday season, that's why I'm doing this review of different pine scents. Many of these are still available, some are not, and I'll go through each one. There's not a whole lot of difference between different pine scents, so I'll try to differentiate them the best that I can. Okay, I've just opened all of these and my entire room smells like a Christmas tree. These are very strong. First one I'll do is Sonoma Balsam Fir, which I got from Kohl's last year. I don't know if it's still available this year. A lot of their winter scents from last year came back this year. I don't know if this is one of them. So this Balsam Fir, it's actually not my favorite pine scent. It's a pine scent, but there's kind of almost like a sweet note in there with a, I don't know what that note is. It's a weird note that almost smells kind of like, I don't know, mildewy, but that's not really. It's a note that I can't figure out. It's, again, not one of my favorite scents, but I kept it because it's strong. Balsam and Oak. This is also from last year, Sonoma, from Kohl's. Again, I don't think this one came back this year. And this one, it smells really good. There's definitely a pine scent in there, but there's also like a raw wood, like almost like a pencil shavings type wood. It's a really, really nice scent. I remember this one was not very, very strong, but it was such a nice scent I didn't mind. So it's like balsam, it's the Christmas tree, but also like a raw wood. Sensational Citrus Garland. I believe this one was discontinued, but it smells so nice. This is, it's basically like a Christmas, it's like a pine scent mixed with citrus, almost like an orange. Pine with a little bit of an orange note that you wouldn't think would work, but it's actually one of my favorite combinations. Pine and orange, really nice combination there. Tuscany, Evergreen, and Balsam. This came out last year, and I think it came back this year. And this is just another Christmas scent. But there's like another note in there that almost like a little bit of a sour note, but not bad. I mean, it's a nice scent. They're all these scents are slightly different. I don't know what that other note is in it, but again, a nice scent. Mainstays, Evergreen, Spruce. This came out, I think, a couple of years ago, and then Pine came out this year, and they were both at Walmart side by side. I actually did a video on the Facebook group comparing the two of them. The Evergreen Spruce, kind of a typical pine scent, a little bit generic, almost like a pine room spray, but the pine actually smells, wait a minute, which one do I like better? Now I forget. One of them I like better. Oh yeah, the pine. The pine definitely smells like an authentic Christmas tree. It doesn't have that fake biting note that smells like a room freshener. Yeah, this pine smells much more realistic than the Evergreen Spruce. Yeah, I like the pine much more. Fragrant, Better Homes and Gardens Fragrant Woodland Walk. This one came out in the fall of this year. So you can probably still find it. And there's definitely a pine scent, but this one's different from all the other ones that I've well, for most of the regular pine scents, because there's other notes in there. There's pine, but I think I also smell like there's definitely a sweetness. Maybe like a little bit of a floral and a little bit of like an amber. It almost smells like it has like a men's cologne note to it. Yeah, it's like almost like a pine scent with a men's cologne note. It's very, very nice. Very nice scent. Better Homes and Gardens, Fresh Cut Fraser. This one has been around for a while. It says limited edition 2014, but I'm still seeing it on the shelves. This is a very, very strong scent. It's a bit biting though. It's a strong biting type of. I can't explain it. I mean, this one, it's very, very strong. Throws extremely well. It does give people some people headaches. It almost has like a eucalyptus note. A little bit of a smokiness. It's a very nice scent, but it's like I said, it's biting. That's the only way I can describe it. Ambiessence Oh Christmas Tree. I think this is a dupe of an older Sensational scent called Oh Christmas Tree, and this is a really nice Christmas tree scent. It's not a biting scent. Actually, there's a very slight smidgen of maybe some kind of a spice in the back. I mean, some kind of spice, like maybe a cinnamon, but very, very light, barely noticeable. Yeah, there's something else, like a vanilla or a berry or a spice, but it's way, way in the background. Very, very nice scent. One of my favorite pine scents. Ambiessence Pepperberry Fir. This one, the Ambiessence, I found it better at Bed Bath & Beyond. The Pepperberry Fir came out last year, but they brought it back this year. And just like you would expect, it's a very peppery scent. Peppery, kind of savory. Almost has like a yummy quality. But yeah, it is peppery and savory. Really nice scent there. Candle Warmers Pepperberry Wreath. This one. This one is not as strong as it used to be. Yeah, it's another pine scent. Some different notes. It's not as strong as it used to be. I need to check that one out and see if it still throws well. Just doesn't smell as strong as it used to. Almost a little bit waxy. Sensational's Perfectly Pine. This one came out this year. You can still find it at Walmart, and it's a really nice pine scent. It's very similar to Fresh Cut Fraser. It does have a little bit of that biting quality, but it's definitely more, smells like more of a real Christmas tree scent. And again, it's very strong. Ambiessence Pine Wreath, again from Bed Bath & Beyond. This one came out last year, but I saw it on the shelves again this year. Another really nice pine scent. This one is, it's pine, but there's also, I smell like almost like a sweet vanilla in the background. Yeah, there's definitely like a sweet vanilla scent in the background, but it's mostly pine. It's a really nice scent. Sensational Scarlet Cypress Wreath. This one actually came out in the fall of this year. You might still find it at Walmart. And this one's actually the least piney of all of them. I wasn't quite sure where to categorize this, but it's definitely pine. And there's a little bit of a berry, like there's berry in the background. There's definitely some kind of a berry in the background, maybe a little bit of vanilla. It's a very soft pine, sweet. Yeah, it's like a sweet pine, vanilla, berry type scent. Very, very nice. Better Homes and Gardens, Snowy Winter Woods. This one was discontinued, I guess, maybe 2 years ago. This is a big favorite. A lot of people love this one. And it's really unusual. I'm not even sure if it's pine that I'm smelling. I mean, it is pine, but maybe a little bit of eucalyptus and a smokiness and a woodsiness. There's also some note that kind of gives it like an old-fashioned note. I can't figure out all the notes in this one. It's very, very nice, though. Sleigh Ride. This came out, I guess, a couple years ago. It's been discontinued. Sensationals. This one, it's pine, but there's also, I think there's also some mint in there. Yeah, like some eucalyptus. Definitely some mint. I didn't categorize it in with my other mint scents because it's not a peppermint. It's more of a, like a eucalyptus type mint. But there is pine in there as well. Very nice. Ambiessence Sugar Pine. I think there was also a Sensational scent by this name as well. You know, this is not one of my favorite scents. This is an old one actually from Bed Bath & Beyond. It's, well, actually it is pretty nice. Maybe it was something else I was thinking about. It's just another pine scent. I don't know why they say sugar pine. It's not sweet. But it's not a biting scent either. It's nice. Better Homes and Gardens, Sugared Maple and Evergreens. This one came out this year. And this is probably the most different out of all of the scents here because it's, you can smell the pine, but then you can also smell a caramel, a butterscotch, a sweet caramel butterscotch scent. So it's almost like, it's like a yummy pine scent with sweet caramel and butterscotch, kind of halfway between a bakery scent and a pine scent. And it's probably like an equal distribution of the pine and the caramel. So one doesn't really overpower the other. I really don't know which one I smell first. It's a really nice scent, though. It's not something you would think would work, but it does. We have these Scentsy scents. We have Scentsy Very Snowy Spruce. And that's just it's a pine with like a smoky, it's a soft, smoky pine. Like a little bit of a woodsiness. This Winter Pine, I think I like this one better. This smells very realistic. Oh, it's all wet at the top. I don't know why that is. This one actually has, this has a grapefruit note in it. That's what I'm smelling. I'm smelling pine and a little bit of grapefruit. That's why I like this one. I like the combination of pine and citrus, so that's a really nice one. This Summer Sunrise probably should not even be categorized here. I just didn't know where else to put it. It's such an odd fragrance. I guess there is a little bit of pine, but it's mostly like a cedar. It's like a cedar wood and a sweet note. But there is a little bit of pine in there. But I mostly smell cedar. It's definitely an unusual scent. I just didn't know where to categorize it, but there's definitely some pine in there. Better Homes and Gardens Twinkling Holiday Lights. This one came out last year. I did see it on the shelves this year, so I guess they brought it back out. And this was never one of my favorites. It's not as strong as the other ones. It's a pine with a little bit of eucalyptus, maybe a slight sweetness. After a while, they all start to smell the same. Sonoma Woodland Pine. This one came out at Kohl's last year. Not sure if it's returned this year. I think it did. And this one has a little bit of that same weird note that I can't place that the Balsam Fir does, like almost like a mildewy note, but it's not mildew. There's eucalyptus, mint for sure. Yeah, this one is definitely a eucalyptus mint scent, but there's definitely a pine and there's something else going on there as well. Hannah's Trios. I got this from the Hannah's website, Hannah's Candles website, which is candlemart.com. And these are new. And we have, these are trios. We have Evergreen and Cedar, Hollyberry, and Pine. And I did review these Hannah's Trios on the website, on the scentedwaxreviews.com website. And they're just three different, well, three kind of similar evergreen type scents. The Evergreen and Cedar is kind of a sweet woodsy, a sweet cedar scent with pine. The Hollyberry, again, kind of a sweet berryish pine, and the Pine is just pine. I think the Pine might be the same scent as the Mainstays Evergreen Spruce wax cubes, because Hannah's Candles does make the Mainstays wax for Walmart. And if you want to see more details about this, about the Hannah's Trios, you can go to the scentedwaxreviews.com website and look for the Hannah's Candles reviews. Now we have Goose Creek Christmas Tree Cutting. Goose Creek is a really nice brand. This one is so unusual. It's pine, and I think there's eucalyptus, maybe a little bit of mint, but there's also a dirt note. And it sounds weird, but it smells like, really smells like you're at like a Christmas tree farm. The dirt that's around the bottom of the pine tree. It's a very, like a fresh, outdoorsy Christmas tree scent. And again, I reviewed this one, the Goose Creek Melts, on scentedwaxreviews.com. This one we have Under the Oaks, Goose Creek. Again, I didn't really know where to categorize this. There is pine in there, a little bit of like a cedar sweetness. It's kind of similar to this Scentsy Summer Sunrise. It's interesting. Very similar. Yeah, kind of similar. A little sweeter. But there is a pine in there. It's a little bit different. Now we have Colonial Candle Thistle and Pine. This is a... Oh, this is one that I... Actually, this is one that I'm not keeping. It didn't throw that well. And it kind of had like an odd, waxy, like smoky note that I didn't... There was something about it. I just didn't like the scent. There was something... Yeah, there was a note in there that I didn't like. Again, I did a review of all the Colonial Candle wax melts at scentedwaxreviews.com if you want more details. Blue Spruce. This is one of my favorite scents of all time. Oh, it's just fantastic. I bought several of these. There's a pine, it's like a spruce, but it's also maybe a little bit of mint, but there's also like a freshness, almost like a fresh air type scent in the background. And I can't explain what this smells like, but it's just so fresh and cool, but not too minty. It's not sweet, but there might be a hint of sweetness. Oh, it's just the perfect pine scent. Perfect spruce scent. Colonial Candle Winter Woods. This is the most peppery out of all. This actually smells like black pepper. It smells like pine and black pepper mixed. It's really nice, very savory. Very nice black peppery savory scent. And then we have some of these older Yankee, let's see, Yankee Balsam and Cedar and Yankee Magic Frosted Forest, which are the same. They're just typical pine scents with like the eucalyptus. We have these old Yankee Mistletoe. This is actually a really nice scent, a nice Christmas tree scent. It's pine with a little bit of sweetness, like maybe just a smidgen of vanilla. And we have Village Candle, Balsam Fir. Oh gosh, they all smell the same. That actually smells a lot like the Yankee Mistletoe. Pine with a little bit of sweetness. And then we have Yankee Winter Garden. and that is a pine with just a hint of sweetness. I don't want to say floral, but it could be. There could be a little bit of floral in the background, and maybe just a smidgen of cinnamon. So there you have it. Those are all the pine scents that I have in my collection. Time for the holidays. So if you can join our Facebook group where we discuss scented wax melts that you buy at the stores, only store-bought, retail, no vendor wax, which is why you don't see vendor wax here. We also don't discuss Scentsy, but I do have that here in the review. Okay, well, everyone have a wonderful day. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Have a nice day. Bye.